Building a competitive Heroclix team can be expensive, but not hard. With online tools, a topping team is just a few clicks away.
Starting with a full brick of our choice and a budget of $60 a week, me and my co-host Jordan will build a team entirely on sealed product.
No trading, no buying singles, just opening product and making the best team we can with the goal of topping a regional event. This is Heroclix Out the Pack.
All right, guys, welcome to week 2 of the Out the Pack Heroclix series. We have our $60 budget, and this week I am opening Empire. Even though Jordan started with an Empire brick, turns out there's a bunch of stuff in there that X-Men need. So I'm going to be opening Empire today.
I'm opening one Empire. I need the Venom Magneto out of this thing to actually be decent. Maybe I'll open a Blackheart.
You're just trying to beat my Blackheart with another Blackheart?
Thing
I
is,
mean, that makes sense. You can't beat him, join him.
Yeah, and then War of the Realms, it's got good stuff in it.
Yeah, it's got some good Avengers in there.
First pack, we've got Black Knight, Kid Loki, Hercules, Black Widow, and Hulk.
That's cool. I think that helps the give all your Avengers toughness Hulk. All right, getting into mine.
Not bad.
Ooh, I got the Dazzler I needed. This was why we went in here. We need the Dazzler, the uncommon Dazzler, and we need a couple higher rarity stuff as well.
What's up with that Mr. Fantastic?
He's a bendy Mr. Fantastic.
That's good. It's a super.
And Dazzler. Dazzler is going to be one of the first figures that I have now that can actually abuse the swap out mechanic.
It's Iron Fantastic.
Oh, and he's rare. He's a super, like you said.
Yeah.
And then we got a Moan, Wolverine, and Hulkling. I need a Wolverine from this set, but this is not the Wolverine that I need from this set. I need the higher rarity Wolverine.
Alrighty. Let's go to my Empire pack. See if you gave me a good pack.
True.
We've got Kree Soldier, Daredevil, The Thing, Golden Oldie, and all of these are repeats. Unfortunate.
You have all those already?
I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, going to my next one. The Dazzler was really the only low rarity thing I needed from this set. Everything else I need is kind of higher rarity, so I'm not too hopeful, but we got the Dazzler, which is big.
I mean, we got the Golden Oldie,
Yeah.
so I'll take it.
Quicksilver, Captain America, Human Torch,
Hey, look,
Captain Marvel, and Monica Rambeau.
your Human Torch isn't broken.
Yeah, my Human Torch is real, I think. Okay, but Captain America's a super there.
Yeah.
Right.
And you got 2 supers.
That's the Captain America swap back, Captain America?
That's the swap out Captain America. We got Wolverine, Mr. Sinister, Magneto, Brood, and Bro.
The Mr. Sinister's cool.
Yeah.
He's, I'm not sure you can really build around him with what your keywords are, because he has kind of weird keywords.
Wolverine's an
cool.
Avenger.
Yeah.
Doesn't really help me much, but
All right, going into mine. We've got Storm, another Ramon, whatever his name is, Cyclops, Brawn, and Madam Hydra. All right, nothing really useful there.
weird. Alrighty, last pack. Let's see. I got a super.
Ooh.
Corvus, Rookshear,
What's that?
Polaris, Dakin, Warpath, and Darwin.
That is a Michael Jackson Polaris if I've ever seen one. All right, getting to my last one. We got Skrull, a Venom Cyclops.
Ah, man.
He's an X-Men. We'll have to see if that has any shenanigans I can do with that thing. Beast, not the Doctor Strange Beast. I don't know if that comes in this set or not.
Oh, dude, your next one's good.
Scarlet Witch, unique, and Black Bolt. All right,
Blackagar, Voltigar?
Blackagar, Boltigar. Well, Beast and Venom Cyclops are X-Men here, so we'll have to look at what we can do with those. Overall, I'm excited about the Dazzler. Definitely one of the pieces that I was actively hunting for. Technically, I need like the highs, the super rare chases like Venom Wolverines and stuff, or Venom Magnetos and stuff for my X-Men team. I'm not super sure how I'm gonna get those, besides just getting hella lucky. Other than that, I need a super rare Wolverine that can abuse the swap-in mechanic pretty well. Might be going for different packs next week to try and find some more low rarity stuff I can abuse with my swap-in mechanic.
Yep, we're gonna still try to go with whatever we can
Find with
figure out.
Avengers.
I don't know what Avenger swap out's hard.
Well, we will see what we can come up with for this.
With our new pieces in our collection, we made our way back to Isle of Games to try some 700-point teams.
Welcome guys, we're here at Isle of Games for the 700 point event today. I have managed to put together 700 points worth of X-Men. I'm technically 676 points of X-Men because I'm also using the X-Men Blue additional team ability, those are allowed at our locals, and these 2 items that I pulled from my Disney Plus stuff because I had spare points and I didn't know what else to put in.
I mean, I'm just saying you didn't pull the additional team ability. Just saying.
That's true, but I'm using it anyways.
And I'm playing good stuff because I actually don't have enough points to field anything decent. I tried to field X-Men, didn't work. So we're playing my Herald Thor at full points, Golden Oldie as his support piece, Miss Minutes as a zip around the map if I win map roll by chance against all these theme teams. We also pulled Venom Wolverine out of that set too, and Venom Iceman, Venom Marvel Girl, and Venom Rogue, and all the Venoms have the Venom ability.
Where they can be ranged.
Yeah, where they can't be ranged, so these are the close, and then Thor takes place of the range, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm running Polaris. So technically I'm starting with Dazzler to give, I don't know who yet, the shield team ability, and then she swaps out for Polaris, who's just like free telekinesis basically. So I've got Polaris, Lilandra, Naramani, Kitty Pride? Yeah, Kitty Pride to run through walls. Mimic is a big hitter. Longshot as one of my many probability controls on the team. Lilandra also has probs. Storm to carry the team, because I have a million guys, so I do need to have a taxi. Exodus to just infinitely revive the team. It's probably my win con the whole day. Wolverine is another melee attacker. Professor X as Outwit. Scarlet Witch as a probs, and I can replace opponents' die rolls with a 1 to potentially make them auto-crit themselves, which is very funny. Another probability control on the team. Cyclops and Dakin as a range attacker and a melee attacker. I think I have 5 probs on the team with Mimic copying somebody's probs, so the goal is nobody can hit me, because I'm just going to make them reroll everything every turn.
I've got that on Thor, Oldie, and Minutes will be hopefully zipping around the map, and we'll see how that works.
That's the goal. See you guys in the game.
Okay, so this was my 700-point team where I've had a bunch of X-Men guys. The biggest benefit for my team is that I can run the X-Men Blue team ability, which says that whenever I succeed on a leadership roll, my entire team gets +1 attack for the turn. This does cap at +3 per normal game rules, but a bunch of my guys can succeed on a 4, 5, or 6. So I should be able to just hit every single one of my attacks because all my guys have +3 attack. But my opponent's team is some mystical bullshit. That was what he called the team, and I can agree it is in fact mystical bullshit. He turns off this ability and a lot of my other benefits throughout the course of the game with those 3 little characters in the bottom left corner. They just kind of sit in the back and fuck with me the entire game, basically. We telekinesis Dakin out front, sidestep him into some hindering terrain, and charge up. When he's in hindering terrain, his movement speed is not halved with a charge, so we can get a little aggro here and try to make some attacks, but we miss, and we can't probability control because of his character up in the top left corner. It says that whenever I would probability control, I have to take an action counter to do so. Here we move our main attack squad over into the corner and make the first major blunder of the game. Kitty Pryde there has stealth, and I should have moved her 1 square lower so that she blocked line of sight to Exodus, because my opponent is very familiar with my team and knows that he needs to kill Exodus in order to kill me. So he can see the opportunity, sees that I've misplayed, and takes full advantage of it. He has 2 of this bystander token, the Senior Scratchy that is summoned by the Agnes from Disney+. It gives any adjacent characters +1 attack and +1 damage when making a ranged attack, so he's able to pretty easily hit my Exodus for a lot of damage, and the Loki there, President Loki, can outwit very easily. He can outwit a lot of things, so he outwits Exodus's defense abilities, and just goes blasting, and he's able to take out Exodus on his first turn. Not good for me. We just start trying to make some attacks, make something work. A lot of my team needs this X-Men Blue team ability bonus to be really hitting. They don't do a whole lot of damage. They hit decently well, but not great just on their own, and his team has a really high defense, so it's a little hard for me to do damage. We run Exodus up there and try to just do some flurry-ness into this Doctor Strange. It's the only piece on his team that doesn't have the Mystics team ability, which says that whenever I hit them, they hit me back for 1 damage. So I figure I need to clear out as much as I can before I start killing myself while hitting him. We keep making hits, but he has as many probability controls as I do, but he can actually just use his normally, so he just keeps making me reroll until I miss, basically. Luckily, when we are missing, we're rolling 1s, which gives Scarlet Witch her rally die. She gets a rally die whenever I roll a 1, and if she can see an attack being made by an opponent's character, I can remove the rally die to replace any single die in my opponent's roll with that 1. This is a very crazy ability, and the timing of it comes up here in just a minute. Right now, we just have our kind of range guys in Longshot and Cyclops making attacks at whoever they can, really. I forget that Polaris in the back over there has sidestep, so she just kind of chills there for like 5 rounds. But we telekinesis Wolverine forward and charge up into Scarlet Witch. This is one of the more annoying probability control pieces he has on his team, because whenever it succeeds on a probability control that he used with an ally, the ally that hits gets to remove an action counter. So we need to try and kill her as fast as possible. He moves his little Senior Scratchy tokens over, and with his Agnes is going to try and kill my Mimic. He outwits the defense power and goes rolling. But this is where the Scarlet Witch comes into play. She can see the Agnes here, if I want to, after he decides if he wants to probability control or not, I can replace a 1 in his die roll, which makes him miss. And after I've done that, he has lost his time into probability control. So he needs a 4 or higher on both dice in order to hit on his 5. He rolls a 5 and a 1 on the first roll, but I can replace the 5. He rolls a 3 and a 2 here, but I can replace the 3 with a 1, so he still misses. Then he keeps trying to probs. He rolls a 1 and a 1. I don't even need to do anything. He's going to hurt himself if he keeps that roll, so he has to prob it. And he doesn't have anybody else who can see, so he has to use team probs. So now we're kind of getting into some permanent resources. He rolls a 3 and a 1. If he doesn't re-roll this, I can turn the 3 into a 1, and he crits himself. So he has to use another team probs. And then he finally does manage to line up the 4 and the 6. So even replacing the 6 still hits, so I just hold onto my rally die. Mimic takes some damage. He force blasts Dakin away and runs up with Dr. Doom, who has Blaze Claw's Fangs, trying to kill the Mimic here. Can't see the Doom because of the blocking. And so he's able to get a line on my Mimic and kill him. That's my biggest defense piece in Exodus and my biggest offense piece in Mimic down. This is not going to go well. I'm just rolling some attacks, trying to take out the Scarlet Witch, taking some damage on the way in, but it is the Halloween Spooktacular Scarlet Witch. So whenever I attack it, it gets the shape change, and if it succeeds on the shape change, it heals, which it does right here, and it has a stop click on its last dial. And every time I hit it, I take damage. So it's a little annoying to get through. Those 3 characters in the bottom left corner, they are what's causing me a lot of problem. The one that's kind of cut off from the camera is White Witch. She can take a power action to make it so that I can't do any modifying to any of my abilities. None of my stats can be brought up or brought down. But the guy next to him can also copy that ability. So they just alternate doing that, and he never has to clear, and he always has the ability. Right now, he's trying to finish off my Dakin and uses Pandora's jump ability to block line of sight with my Scarlet Witch, and so that I can't see anybody, and takes out Dakin here. Luckily, this Pandora figure is the thing that's stopping my probability control. So if I can kill it, I can get my probability control back online in the normal way, which I still have a lot of those figures alive because those are mostly my utility pieces. So we try and take some hits here. Longshot does some damage to both the Scarlet Witch and the Pandora, killing the Pandora, but they both have Mystic Seam ability, so Longshot deals 2 damage to himself because he hits 2 Mystic figures. It puts the Scarlet Witch back on her stop click, but we still get kind of lucky to hit that thing without it shape-changing out. We have a kind of big pile over in the back corner that's just trying to support Scarlet Witch and try to have him just crit himself to death, but he understands what's going on, sees that that's the most annoying piece on the board, takes a shot with Doctor Strange. I replace it, but he's okay with that. That's part of the gameplay. He doesn't really care. The Agnes can see through characters, so he can take a shot at my Scarlet Witch and kill her, and I can't see the guy back to replace any 1s, so he has a free shot at her. He kind of flees from the Wolverine, one of my biggest damage dealers, dealing threats left with a potential Blaze Claw's Fangs for a bunch of damage, and we just kind of take some pot shots at this Doctor Strange. It's the only thing that's not killing me while I'm hitting it, so we might as well take what we can, where we can, and we telekinesis Kitty Pryde up with Polaris and start making attacks. We do manage to get a few good hits in on the Doctor Strange, but he gets a Super Senses roll when he needed exactly a 6 because of my Precision Strike. Longshot puts him on his last click, though, and we just kind of run Wolverine over there. I have 1 action left, and I realize that Doctor Strange is on his last click, and Professor X is in range and can do 1 damage. I need to roll a 9 or higher, and he probs me, but I still rolled a 9, and so I do actually manage to kill Doctor Strange with the Professor X. I thought that was very funny. Then he just goes back to killing my pieces as he's been doing. Polaris drops, and then he's trying to kill off Kitty Pryde. She's not great, but she has Blaze Claw's Fangs, so, gotta stop what you can. And he just has a million probability controls, so even when he hits, and the Doom can replace any of his die rolls with one that he's already made earlier in the game. So he had a 6 earlier that he replaces with the Blaze Claw's Fangs to take out Kitty Pryde. Cyclops and Longshot are still doing good work. Realistically, they've only been hit by their own Mystics damage from his team. So they've gotten decent damage out, but it's hard for them to hit, especially through all the probability controls like that. He just makes me reroll until I miss. At this point, it's the last action of the game, and we're just trying to take some hits. The White Witch corner combo in the back corner really messed with me, as well as the probability control. So that's time. He's got more points than I do, and I give him the game.
Alright, this is my 700-point game 1. We went with the Venom Rogue, Venom Wolverine, Venom Iceman, Miss Minutes, Venom Marvel Girl, Thor, and Golden Oldie. Game plan is use the Venoms to tie everybody up in close combat, and then build Thor up because Thor gets better as he goes. And then just one-shot things. Except I'm an idiot, and I forgot that the Venoms can't be shot if they're within 4 squares of things. So we move Golden Oldie and Thor up. Thor carries Golden Oldie. Golden Oldie goes to pick up the shield. And Thor one-shots one of the blue lanterns. We move Miss Minutes into probability control range just to try to give Thor that a little extra. And then Golden Oldie and Venom Iceman both make blocking, which is really good synergy with Miss Minutes, because even if there's no blocking on the map, she can just pop out. So we go and we shoot, we prob, we miss, we prob, we miss again. It's unfortunate. He moves his Blue Lantern recruits into an enhancement strategy, and this one I couldn't have stopped because Iceman is outside of 4. Miss Minutes gets her super senses, everything goes to Iceman, and then Kyle moves up targeting Iceman and Rogue. He shouldn't have been able to target Rogue, but that's my fault.
KO!
He kills Iceman. Iceman dies really quickly, unfortunately. And then he runs up to hit Rogue with the flash. Miss Minutes is within range, so we prob it. And then he misses, and he probs it himself. And then he runs flashback. His strategy was like a hit and run. We take out Rogue there, unfortunately. Again, my fault. But we use Thor to just one-shot pieces, because that's his job. Miss Minutes moves in, so that way she can prob. And then we attack with blades with our Wolverine. He probs, we get 2 4s. He fails the super sensitive roll, and we do blades for 1, which is 2, because that's a minimum of 2. We then try to move Marvel Girl into position so that she can do mind control stuff, which I don't really accomplish much of. But he's trying to just shoot and kill my Venom, which she's based, so I shouldn't have let him do it. But I did, and we lose our Venom Wolverine. And we take out Miss Minutes here. He goes and hits him with the flash, runs out, and the Sister Cersei kills Miss Minutes. But by this point, we've got Thor with 2 action tokens, so our goal is clear. Charge him up 1. He goes and he takes a turn off to clear, which was bad. He should have tried to push. We move Marvel Girl to be a target, and then try to get Thor in position. We do running shot. We miss. We prob it. We re-roll this, and we got double 1s, and we're like, no, that's not good. And we re-roll it again, because Thor has problem, Golden Oldie has problem. We missed terribly here. We put the blocking up with Golden Oldie. I really like that free barrier. It's really nice. But he tries to move everybody up. He tries to hit Golden Oldie here. And he succeeds on the hit. We make him re-roll it. He fails on the hit. And then he runs away. And then he runs his Saint Walker into position to shoot Marvel Girl, which again is within 4. My fault. So we've got another shot on Marvel Girl with Kyle, and that hits. We make him re-roll it. He misses. He probs it. He rolls it. He calls that a cock die. Unfortunately, so we re-roll it. Which is good for me, because he didn't hit, and that kills Marvel Girl. So we're now just going to hit everybody with Thor. The goal is charge Thor up as much as possible. We can run him off to the other side of the map, Golden Oldie carrying him away, just to alternate those tokens. And then we make him come to us. That is our new strategy. We clear 2 tokens, getting another lightning bolt. And then he runs the flash over. His hypersonic takes him the entire way there. And he hits Golden Oldie. We make him prob it, and he misses Golden Oldie. Golden Oldie's whole job is just to taxi Thor around the map. We've moving him around, but we can do our range attacks, trying to take out as many pieces as possible. We're going for Kyle. We got Kyle off, and then he's still running the flash around, trying to hit Golden Oldie. He does hit her here and put her to a piece where she's actually a character. I was unaware that Golden Oldie had this stats on her lower dial, which is funny. He tries to bring everybody close to Thor, but these guys are not hitting his 19 defense. It's really difficult for him. He's giving it a good try, though. And then we use Thor to take out as many pieces as possible. We kill 8 Batman bystander. And then we move Thor with his sidestep. We keep Thor tokened up. And he tries to hit with the Blue Lanterns. It's not going well. He does kill our Golden Oldie. We sidestep with Thor, clear him of his 2 tokens so he charges up. So I can now target his entire team, because for every lightning bolt, he can target an additional character, every power cosmic token. At this point, he's trying to hit with Saint Walker, do something. It's not working well for him. And then we target Saint Walker and the Flash here. He probs, I roll higher, and we deal 3 damage to each of them, which will kill Saint Walker, and it will kill the Flash. We're debating here on how much we're doing, but we're going to go 3 because we believe it kills Saint. These are old Clix, so I couldn't tell. And then he makes me play it out, but I take out those Blue Lantern recruits.
All right, guys, we're back from this week's Heroclix event.
The 700-point play what you can event.
Fucking-
For me, it was field 700 points of X-Men and abuse the X-Men blue team ability because that was legal at the event. I will not be able to do that moving forward, but this week I did.
I played, oops, good stuff. My seal pool's kind of crap. I couldn't build theme. I tried. I opened a good amount of X-Men support, but not enough that I could even field 700 points. So we just went with my, So we went with my good pieces. Chase Thor at 300 points is really good. The Venoms come in very handy because this is a two-part game plan of have Thor be carried around by Golden Oldie getting action tokens so that he charges up, so later in the game he can just one-shot things. And then the Venoms run up and engage in melee combat. And they can't be shot from if there's somebody within 4 squares of them. So that was very difficult to deal with. And then Miss Minutes is that prob float around the map. I got put on a map where there was no blocking. Luckily, Iceman and Golden Oldie make blocking, so Miss Minutes can still tell. Yeah, there was a good synergy there.
That's good.
So I wasn't as locked out as I should have been. But I lost my map roll both time because I didn't have theme.
I lost my map roll first run because I think I rolled 3, and then second time I got it because the other guy, my second map, he was playing like 700 points of sidekicks basically. He was going for a very interesting team for the mission point win. But thankfully for me, he missed basically all of his leadership roles with his Ares figure from the Wonder Woman set, which would have given him like infinite points. But luckily for me, he missed that basically every turn, so that was very helpful. And I have 7 leaderships, and when every single leadership gives my whole team +1 attack, I'm hitting 3 leaderships every turn. So my whole team hits on 14s, some on 15s, and then with also 4 probability controls, assuming Mimic is copying 1, I also don't miss. So my game 2 was basically that. My game 1, you guys saw, he turned off my +1 bonuses and turned off my probability controls. That's most of what my team's. Also, I mispositioned my Exodus and he one-shot at turn 1. So
Yeah,
my team did nothing against that game.
Your game 1 opponent was my game 2 opponent.
Yeah.
And his team was annoying.
Disgusting.
It was very difficult. The Venoms gave him a hard time, but like they were very shenanigans.
Yeah, you managed to squeak second place though. You tied 1-1 with the exact same amount of points as somebody else and won the roll off.
Yes, and I got the Doctor Strange Ellie from Disney Plus, which I wanted last week and did not win. So I'm happy I got it this week because he can be used on the swap out team that I'm trying to field with Avengers.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get that.
He's like my version of Dazzler.
Yeah,
he gives the things and then he swaps out and you're good to go.
But he swaps out for Avengers Initiative, which is the most important thing ever.
Yeah.
Because you just avoid the hindering terrain, and on range combat, you can go through it. So there's this, and then we haven't chosen the boosters that we're opening next week, but I'm going to get the play-at-home kit for What If.
Yeah.
So I can get that 50-point Spider-Man.
Oh, the Spider-Man, true.
You get the 50-point Spider-Man who makes the 3 Pogs. He makes
True,
Happy,
yeah.
Kurt, and Ant-Man. Yeah, Scott Head. And then carries them all around the map, so I can swap out this Doctor Strange for hopefully find the appropriate points. But that's going to be part of my sealed opening, and those 2 are good, and they both get the cape. So I mean, if I need them both in, they both have the cape.
Yeah. Yeah, this Scarlet Witch was the all-star of the night. This piece is crazy. I think right now my X-Men team has gotten to the point where keeping Professor X and Lilandra in is no longer the correct play. I think I need to be building around Exodus a little bit more. Obviously, we will still be using Professor X on the starting line just to bring Dazzler and Dazzler just to bring both of them out probably. But the Scarlet Witch is really, really nice. So I think the core moving forward for my X-Men team will be Mimic, Exodus, and the Scarlet Witch. At least until I can pick up that Wolverine from Empire that I need to bring in with the swap-in to abuse that. But next week is 300-point modern team.
It's going to be the competitive level.
Yeah, so people will be bringing their more competitive teams. This will be a test run for some of the higher prestige events that we're going to be trying to take down with our sealed pools. And I am still between running this X-Men team or my Blackheart Mystics team. Depending on what I open next week, my X-Men team might get a little bit stronger. I am still going to be probably opening for my X-Men team just because the pieces of the Blackheart team are too high rarity for me to realistically go after. You got your prize for the day. I got these two guys. Yay! Star Fox and Star-Lord. They're not in Modern. They're not in Modern, so they're just kind of fun. Star-Lord, I think, is an Avenger. And I have an Avengers team.
Star Fox is an Avenger, Star-Lord isn't a Guardian.
Star Fox is an Avenger. I don't have an Avengers sealed pool, but I have an Avengers real team. It's my bad team, so maybe he goes in there. That's all I got for prize for this week.
So, the way that our store does prize is you get to choose based on placement. And I did read that because it was Avengers keyword as a potential but this Doctor Strange is too strong. I was not going to turn him away.
That's for this week, episode 2. We will see you next week. See what we pull. Peace.